Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the NCKU TED Talks contest.
各位大家好，晚安。那欢迎来到成大的 TED Talk 的比赛，总决赛。
We are students from the Foreign Languages and Literature Department, and we will be your hosts today.
我们是来自外文系的学生，那今天晚上我们会是大家的主持人。
Before we introduce the voting process, we would like to invite the head of our department to give us some encouragements.
那在我们开始之前，有请我们外文系的系主任。
So everything has to be bilingual. OK， 一定要中英文双声道这样子是。OK， 我就简单用中文讲好了。我上次已经在这里花了用英文讲了5分钟何谓 TED Talk，so I don't think I need to repeat it。那个就是今天已经进入了这个决赛了哈。然后 this place has never been so crowded， 这简直是塞满了人，然后非常的好。这个活动包括其他的一些活动，都是我们创系60周年的一个庆祝的活动啦。那彰显的当然是本系外文系的这个就是跨越文化的一个精神啦哈。那今天看到这10组的这个题目这都非常的精彩，而且他们都已经通过第1轮的考验哈，然后想必今天的比赛是精彩可期。那在这里我就是说很感谢这个活动得到这个校方的这个支持，那在经费上面还有其他方面的一个协助，所以我们今天很荣幸的能够请到这个林副校长林崇义林副校长来为我们说几句这个鼓励的话。
谢谢主任以及谢谢大家。我今年8月1号才来成大的，所以我是这里面可能是最菜的人。不过今天很高兴那个代表苏校长呢来 encourage， 不敢讲 encourage 那个大家是 encourage 这件事情啊。那我觉得这件事情的意义非常大。那你不会想听我的英文了哈。那个我的英文蛮破的，不过还是讲这件 short talk， 就是 TED 这件事情，我看它的意义啊。我自己是念辅仁大学社会工作系的，那我们的系主任呢是一个美国神父 Daniel Rose 罗斯韦神父。那个罗神父呢，在我们大一上课的时候，基本上就是用英文上课啊。然后那个其实你英文讲得好不好是其次，还有一个很重要的精神呢，是他希望你表达。好，所以他最喜欢叫我们呢 define the basic concept of sociology。所以 what is the socialization? What is the institution? 等等。你知道那时候的大一生呢，这简直被吓死了。是透过那个表达。通过对基本概念的定义呢，我们的同学们呢，慢慢有自信。你大概很难想象，在我们那个时代，我们大学部的学生是自己主办国际会议，邀请日本跟菲律宾的大学生一起来举办 International Conference。好，那这批学生呢，后来呢也都出去了，出去念很多学位等等。所以呢，英文这件事情是练胆的，也是练视野的。好，那那个同时也是练你如何呢，用很精简的方式 ，to the point， 把最重要的事情在很简短的时间，趁大家精神还没涣散的时候，把它表达出来。好，这样子。所以我觉得是非常重要。我再讲1、2个例子就好了。因为我们出国留学的时候。那时候大家都很土的，英文也不是很好。刚去的时候紧张的要命，譬如去 supermarket 买东西，如果那个旁边的那个美国老太太，通常会来问说：“请问，那个spaghetti 放在哪里？”这样。那我们通常是 先预设自己听不懂，跑蹲，好，先什么？先那个，先 self defense 一下，好，那个其实最重要的一件事情，最重要的事情就是勇于表达，勇于表达。当你不害怕，而且你有自己的话、自己的 point 说的时候，好，用我女儿的话，我2个小孩英文是非常好的，就说不细讲。他们训练就是这样，我每次他们都会讲说 ，Lady 你的发音不准，不重要，那不是重点，啊，那不是重点。他们小时候，他们的老师都告诉不要去改他的任何字，因为错字都不是重点。好，再强调一遍 ，TED 一个很重要的精神是你有 point， 你可把它表达出来。当你不再害怕，你有自己的话要说的时候，其实人家听得懂，不知不觉你的那个文法也会慢慢标准了。因为 communication 最重要的，好，少一个字多一个字，好。其实有时候人家会自动帮你补上。我再讲下去有点就变 short talk。好，谢谢大家。好，看得非常踊跃。好，大家也非常积极，眼睛都有火光。好，不是我常常讲说我们的学生呢，眼睛有火光，你讲3个小时你都不会累。眼睛没有火光的话，好，你教10分钟就很累，不相信吗？各位同学，你去教墙壁。教10分钟看看，好，我保证你会觉得人生没有意义。好，那就讲到这边，祝福大家，好，谢谢。
Thank you. And now we will be introducing the voting process. The contest is based on the audience popular choice.
好，那我们现在介绍一下等一下的游戏规则，就是比赛规则。那这一次的投票不会像初赛一样是按机器，我们这次是会你们手上都有个贴纸，对吧？然后我们会由观众来进行投票。
Now, if we may draw your attention to the voting board over here.
好，那大家现在看到白板上面的。
You can see that the 10 topics of the presentations are displayed on the board.
那现在大家看到10组的题目都已经贴在白板上了。
After all the teams have given their presentations, the audience will be invited to cast their votes with the stickers in their hand.
那在10组都演说完之后呢，观众会我们会邀请观众上来，然后进行的投票。
And while you're voting, please vote in the order from top to down and left to right.
那麻烦大家有秩序的贴你的贴纸，就是由上到下，由左到右的按照顺序的贴。
Okay, we can demonstrate a little bit. So if you're the first one to cast a vote for, say, the third team, you should put it here.
好，所以如果等一下大家就可以看到这个示范，就是如果你想选第3组，他就可以从那个角落开始贴。
And the second person should put their sticker here.
然后就是第2个人就往下贴，然后一路这样子到那边。
Okay. Pretty sure people get it.
大家都懂了吗？
Yes.
Great.
We have a smart audience.
好，大家都很聪明。那现在我们事不宜迟，我们就邀请第1组的同学为我们进行演说。
Let's welcome Elvis and Steve is ready.
Testing. Okay. Hi guys, I'm Carlos. Here is a question for you. Did you think sleeping with a teddy bear is childish? Just keep that answer in mind and let's join the topic. Sleep with your teddy. Could anyone raise your hand if you still sleep with some animal stuff like Kitty, Snoopy, of course Teddy, and so on. Yeah, thank you very much. I know it's a little bit embarrassed, but I do, really. And today, guys, have the opportunity to see my best friend. Don't you think it's adorable? Yeah. He really needs guys' recognition. Just giving an applause, okay? Thank you. I know it's for me. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. It's only cost me about $300, but I usually want to make an auction to sell with this object with $900. Is that possibility for me to be a merchant? Oh, actually, okay. I need someone to help me to protect my tally, sir. Oh, where's the? In 1951, Dr. Winnicott called this stuff a transitional object. Transitional objects represent two main ideas of human development. Firstly, it's a transition for infants from relying on their parents to focusing on genuine objects. Secondly, it helps infants interact with others. Transitional objects do play an important role in our childhood. However, here's the question. Is that okay for an adult to sleeping with teddy bears? Okay. In September this year, the United States just came out a survey. 40% of adults from the US still keep their favorite animal stuff by their side when they're going to sleep. Okay. Another survey classified teddy as a comfort object, as you can see on the screen. It includes pillows, living creatures, and even your boy or girlfriend, which is able to provide a sense of security. Okay. Actually, people are just constantly change their dependency on different kinds of objects. People just altered the targets to which they think is better. Okay? And let's talk about the shortage. As we know that people are more hardy to move on from the past, right? Because they are more cherished about. Wait a second. Okay. Because they are more cherished about their friend and object. And here's the benefit. Teddy do make a positive influence on recovering from trauma and pressure. Okay? Because they have a lower level of depression. Because the teddy always stay by their side and never leaves them alone. Another is, according to psychotherapist Robert Ryan. Okay? He says that people who sleep with their teddy are more likely to become an extrovert. Okay. So sleeping with a teddy is not embarrassing. It's just give you a chance to become more positive and living with your confidence. Okay. Thank you very much.
.33%. What is this? Hi, oh sorry, this is the wrong slide. Hi, I'm Connie, and aging is my topic today. So now you may have in mind that this is about the elderly population in Taiwan, right? Yes, it is. But do you know what the problem is and how this issue is related to us? So, what's the meaning about the increasing of the elderly population in a society? It means, oh, that's so complicated, right? That's okay, let me make it easy for you. The increasing of the dependency ratio means that people like you and me will have to take care of more and more elders and children over years. This is not only related to money, but also means that the burden of taking care of the elders are getting heavier and heavier. When an elder gets sick, we send them to the nursing home, for that is the most efficient way to solve the problem. However, especially living in this busy generation, isn't it too easy for us to ignore the elder's sense of value and dignity? As for me, not until my grandpa was sent into a nursing home that I finally realized this fact. When my grandpa started to be unable to deal with his life, my family were too busy that we have no choices but to send him to the nursing home. However, there is some cases that people aren't willing to take care of them. But when facing the aging issue, are we due to be defeated? Actually, not that bad as we think. We can really do something. So I would like to share with some insights. First, to prevent by having more keen observation on them. So the common disease within the elders are dementia. When they start to forget what they said and even forget the fact that they said something, they might get dementia. And it's better to take them to the doctor. So having more keen observation helps us to detect the problem earlier. But what if they get sick? We can provide support and resources that they need. So I would like to share with you the resources that provided by the government. That is the long-term care system in Taiwan. And there are 4 main categories, but because of the time limit, I would like to focus on community-based services. This service is for people who are able to deal with his life, but lack of social participation. Daycare center is an example. They go in the morning and go back home in the evening. And this is the difference between the community-based services and the institutional services. And they will have chance to play, to interact with others and make friends. Sounds great, yeah? As a result, although we feel exhausted to take care of the elders, this service helps us and lessen our burden. So back to the issue. What is this number again? What number? Yes. No, actually, this is another number. It's about the elderly population in Taiwan. Another number to remind us how serious the issue is. But this is not only an issue. This is really related to you and me. Because most of us has elders at home, right? So let's keep in mind, have keen observation of their behaviors. Make use of the resources to take care of them. Last but not least, spend time with them, love them, and value them. It's really too late for me to realize this until my grandpa was sent into a nursing home and couldn't have conversation with me anymore and eventually passed away 9 months ago. It dawned on me that when you're talking to them, they feel loved. When you're asking them about their past, they'll have a chance to review their life and feel proud of themselves. When you are begging them to cook a delicious meal for you, they gain a sense of achievement. They deserve living with dignity and feeling love within the people they care for. So let's not only take care of them, but also care for them. With their effort and love, aging becomes a process with great dignity. Thank you. If you want to know more information about long-term care, you can search this, call this, and scan this. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Chen Dai Jin Chen Wu. Okay. Okay. Before my presentation, I want to ask you guys a question. This is Mike, and this is a poison. If I put them in this box, seal the box, then shake, the poison may kill Mike, right? So before we open the box, we don't know what is the resource of Mike. will Mike survive or die? Or the Mike's situation is between dead and alive? I think the answer may be unsure, and those answers are possible. So why? The same issue is stated in Schrödinger's cat. Do you know who is him? He is the greatest quantum scientist, Erwin Schrödinger. In 1935, he proposed a hypothesis called Schrödinger's cat to explain the uncertainty in the future, and that is Schrödinger's equation. But it's too difficult, so we won't discuss that. So don't be afraid of my presentation. So Schrödinger imagined a virtual experiment. He put a cat and a poison in a box, then sealed the box, just as I did. And there is also a radioactive material in the box. The material has 50% to decay, and 50% it doesn't decay. When the radioactive material decays, it will activate the mechanism to drop the hammer, and the hammer will break the bottle of poison to kill the cat. So before Schrödinger opened the box, what will be the cat's destiny? Will it be dead or alive? The answer may be confirmed after we open the box, right? So Schrödinger thinks before he opened the box, the cat is in many situations at the same time. You can think the process as a picture. There are many situations, not only dead and alive. The situation A is on the situation dead, and the B is on A, and one by one. That we call quantum superposition. And after we open the box, the quantum superposition will collapse into a certain state. That is, before we open the box, the cat is in several situations at the same time. And when the box is opened, one result is confirmed. So there comes a conclusion. The future isn't confirmed until we reach the future. Besides, the Schrödinger said the future is determined by probability with no reason. Isn't it amazing, right? Okay, so what I want to emphasize is uncertainty. After reading Schrödinger's cat, I learned to be more humble because there are too many things we don't know, and the universe is too big, goes beyond our imagination. The other is to live in the moment because there are too many uncertainties in the future. Maybe tomorrow you will win a lottery. Maybe tomorrow you will get a car accident. Maybe tomorrow the universe comes to the end of its life. The concern about future is useless. What we can do is to cherish the present. There's a quote I like very much from Kof Benda. I read it for you. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is mystery. But today is a gift. That is why it's called present. No matter how you consider your future, maybe there are many paths. Maybe there is just a whole darkness in front of you. From Schrödinger's case, the future is sure after we reach the future. So don't ask, what is your future anymore? The question should be, what is your present? Thanks.
Just like there are dangerous creatures in the ocean, there are also dangers on the internet. One of those dangers is pornography. Today, I would like to introduce an interesting topic, the science behind pornography. Pornography means back pictures with of people with little or no clothes on. In this picture, pornography is being watched by this guy. But sorry, I can't show you this because my speech is for general audience. According to the statistics, pornography constitutes about 25% of all search engine requests, and is the fourth most common reason people surf the internet. Also, Canadian researcher Simon Lajeunesse found that most boys seek pornography by age 10, and guys who do not watch pornography do not. So, because of this shocking information, a question pops on my mind. What makes pornography so appealing? Think about it. Our brain has a feeling part and a thinking part. The feeling part of our brain reacts instantly to things around us with feelings such as fear, pleasure, or attraction. And the thinking part of our brain helps us think through whether our emotional reaction is proper and logical. Pornography can stir natural feeling of attraction. These MRI scans show that when shown pornography, there is a greater activity in the feeling brain of compulsive pornography user. Now we have high-speed internet porn. We can access multiple virtual partners at one time. So our brain is just like, woo, it's party time! And it's like reward. So this will create a reward system in our brain. And our brain will be very happy. Then our brain will crave for more pornography. So therefore, the more pornography you watch, the more pornography you need to watch. There's an experiment show that why people are addicted to pornography. You put a rat in a cage with two bottles. One is just water, and the other is drug. Every time you repeat this experiment, the result will be almost the same. The rat will be obsessed with the drug and keep coming for more and more until they kill themselves. But if we put rats in the rat park, where there are bowls, tunnels, they can also make friends, socialize, and have sex with each other. Amazingly, the result will be almost different. In the rat park, rats hardly ever use the drug. Just like Herman Melville said, we cannot live only for ourselves. 1,000 fibers connect us with our fellow men. In other words, we all need to connect with each other. If we can do that, and because we are isolated or beaten down by life, we may bond with something like drug or pornography. And so it is really important for us to know how pornography affects us and use our thinking brain to resist the attraction of pornography. Don't let pornography control your feelings and point them in the wrong direction, because that is not real. I truly believe that we should make our life like Red Park. Spend time with someone who we care about, and we will live a happier and healthier life. Thank you for listening.
Hello.
Testing. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. We are the T-Square. We're back.
This time, we are here to discuss a more controversial yet serious matter. Homosexuality.
I know some of you out there might say it's against nature. Whereas some of you would say that they were born that way. But is that really the case?
While we know that genetics control our traits, does that mean those who are born gay have a specific gene, as in a gay gene?
Do gay genes even exist? Let's find out. Homosexuality is dated back thousands of years ago and could be found in over 1,500 species in the world.
But why is there homosexuality in nature?
One study claims that homosexuals are beneficial to the society, for they have higher emotional intelligence, compassion, and corroboration. This also leads to lower hostility.
However, with all the benefits to our world, there are about 90 youngsters that die from suicide each day in the US just because of their sexual orientation. Is being gay a choice? What do you think?
Well, I think you have your answers in mind. But let's see if your answer remains the same as we introduce some scientific studies.
A study on 818 gay men found that they shared a specific region of the X chromosome labeled XQ28 and a region in chromosome 8 and 10.
In addition, another study shows that gay men are more likely to have gay brothers. If the first child is a boy, the chance of his younger brother being gay increases 33%. This study suggests that traits are genetically linked and passed on.
On the other hand, there are other approaches when it comes to gay genes.
A recent UCLA study proposes that epigenetics affect our sexual orientation. What are epigenetics, you ask?
Epigenetics refer to how the environment can chemically modify the DNA that turn genes on or off. These modifications change not the DNA sequence, but how cells read genes.
This study suggests that everyone is born with a specific gene that determines our sexual orientation and is altered by the environment, like the culture we are in.
That is, sexual orientation is ambiguous. Its development involves a complex interplay between nature and nurture and can be altered at any point of our lives.
So now, we would like you to reconsider. Is being gay a choice? After a long and complicated discussion, let's take a break.
Great! Fun fact time! Do you know the gay uncle hypothesis?
Wait, I thought we were going to
It's
have
also a study on homosexuals. Assume you have a kind and generous gay uncle. Because he doesn't have any offspring, he's more likely to spend more time with his nieces and nephews.
During your having fun with your gay uncle, you learn his experience and his point of views. In this case, your family might increase the chance of have gaining the homosexual future generations.
However, with all that being said, a specific gay gene has not been found. But scientific evidence does suggest that sexual orientation is strongly linked to our genetics on the molecular level.
Now we know that sexual orientation is ambiguous. We should not judge people from this issue. Take a look at those pictures. What is your reaction?
Aw, their friendship is so sweet.
What if I say they are couples?
Aw, that's sweeter.
The same image can create different interpretations based on various descriptions, and so does being homosexual.
We respect all points of views, but most importantly is to follow our hearts and love ourselves just the way we are.
Although we can't say that a specific gene exists, the studies and hypotheses are both great steps to pursue a fair and equal society.
A biologist named E.O. Wilson once said, "A society that condemns homosexuality condemns itself." There is no doubt that the more we know about homosexuals, the higher the possibility for homophobic laws to decrease in the future.
This is the end of our presentation. We are the T-Square. Thank you for listening.
Hi everyone! Look, what are they? They are zombies. Are you afraid of them? Yes? Yes?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. You are so good. And guess what topic I'm going to talk about? Is it about the working date? It's so disgusting. And I love to share disgusting pictures, so I apologize. And actually my topic is about a kind of drink. It's 益美 milk tea. Have you tried it? Yes? You are a milk tea zombie. Just like that. That's so crazy. So my topic is the milk tea zombie, realizing the popular mind. My name is Kelly. And this is a quote from the book The Crowd. The sentiments and ideas of all the persons in the gathering take one and the same direction, and their conscious personality vanishes. According to the sentence, people may lose their judgments in the crowd, just like that. It's the things my mom really liked to do. How about your mother? Yes? And how about this picture? The little girl was flying because she was a little milk tea zombie. It's so funny, isn't it? And there is a problem now about the situation I mentioned. Bandwagon effect. What is it? Let me show the animation first. A group of people. Another group of people follow them. Still another group of people follow the same direction. It's familiar, isn't it? It's the things Taiwanese want to do really, really much. And people behave in conformity with each other. They just follow the mainstream. They may buy the things they don't really like, although they don't really need at all. Is the majority really the majority? Maybe not. So far, we have known the disadvantages of bandwagon effect. Now, I want to ask all of you a question. Are you also a milk tea zombie? Yes or no?
No.
No? Being a milk tea zombie is dangerous because you may lose your judgment and your uniqueness. So how to improve this bad situation? First, think independently. Don't just follow the mainstream blindly. Second, fight against the pressure from the crowd. Fight for yourself. Fight for your right. The last but not least, be brave, be confident. If we do all the things above, we can say goodbye to all the person who chats in chant, just like that. It's funny and also ridiculous, isn't it? So, sometimes we are the milk tea zombies, unconsciously. But now, it's time to say goodbye to the milk tea zombie and become a real person, just like that. Remember this victory gesture. And also remember, only you can create yourself. Only you can decide the future of your life. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Jacqueline. So today my topic is stereotype and things you don't know about Germany. So when I was 15, I took part in an exchange student program in Germany. And I found out a really cool fact is that, first of all, I want to ask all of you a question. When someone does their presentation, after their presentation, what do you do actually? Yeah, that's right, louder? Okay, cool. But there's a really cool fact that I found out in Germany is that after their presentations, the friends and classmates, they don't give any clap sounds, but they would tap on the table with their knuckles like this. Like this. So, Miss, later could you please do me a favor? After my presentation, if you like my presentation, and all of you, could you just please tap on your tables with your knuckles and don't clap, okay? Cool. Okay, now, before I dive into my topic, I would like to ask you a quick question. How to be German? So upon hearing this question, you might answer something like, well, you have to be very punctual, or like, oh, you have to drink a lot of beer, right? But when answering this question, are you aware that something wrong is going on here? That's right, stereotype. Well, today I'm not going to talk about stereotypes of genders or ages. I'm going to talk about stereotypes of nations. So according to Oxford Dictionary, the definition of stereotype is a set idea that people have about someone or something, especially when an idea is wrong. So in order to know how people think about Germany, I did this survey on my Instagram. So I posted this on my Instagram, and these are the replies. So you can see they're mostly saying that, well, Germany is very beautiful, it has magnificent views and stuff. And you might picture something like that, Neuschwanstein and beautiful Christmas markets, right? It's like popping up from postcards. But are you aware that this scene also exists in Germany? Well, it does. You see, according to OECD, the Economic Cooperation and Development, the average salary of Germany per month in 2015 was 2,155 euro, which is approximately like 75,000 Taiwanese dollars. And the calculation set the poverty line at around 942 euro, which is like 32,000 Taiwanese dollars. And according to this graph, you can see that poverty rate has been rising recently, and in 2015, it accounted for 15.7% of the German citizens, which means that it reached a high number of 12.9 million people, meaning that so many people were living in poverty in 2015. But now, you might get all confused, like, oh, come on, 32,000 new Taiwanese dollars, that's not a little number. I mean, a lot of Taiwanese graduate earn only like 22,000 per month, right? But I want you to know this thing. Take a look at this menu. You see, let's narrow it down to water. This is a menu you can see in a German restaurant. And when you see, take a look at the water. For only 0.75 liter, it can cost you €4.30. If you don't know how much it is, it's like 150 new Taiwanese dollars. That means you have to pay 150 new Taiwanese dollars only to get a bottle of water in Germany. But you can get a very, very, very nice meal in Taiwan. So you might probably now realize that it's not so easy to survive with only 32,000 per month in Germany, right? Cool. So I hope after my presentation, everyone can realize the fact that Germany is not all about beautiful sceneries and magnificent views. There's also some secrets we don't know yet. And this is where stereotype lies in. So, back to stereotype. How do we break them? 3 things. Deconstruct, discuss, and educate. First, deconstruct. Learn that most of the things you know in the past are not true or real. And second, discuss. Exchange your experiences with your friends or family or with foreigners and people who have ever been to that country. Like, for example, if you want to know more about Germany, you can maybe keep in touch with me and we can talk about it. And last but not least, educate. You see, we should see the whole picture and learn the whole truth. Right, so to everyone, be a game changer and break your stereotype. Thank you. Sorry. Thank you.
Imagine you are lying in the luxuriant grassland, listening to the whisper of breeze. Heavy burden gradually dropping off from your shoulder. You somehow feel a sense of comfort slip into your mind. It's not hypnosis, it's called daydreaming. There are a lot of definitions for daydreaming. Instead of going blank, it means that to visualize some pleasing thought to amuse yourself. Some people may say that daydreaming distracts one's attention from the present and even be harmful in our lives. However, when you step into the wonderland of daydreaming, it actually will give you a healthy body, makes you productive, and even assist you to achieve your goal. So, how does it work to make you healthier? Because when you are daydreaming, your brain will work hard on generating some positive thoughts to relieve your pressure. It is sort of exercise for your brain to work out, which prevents you from getting illness, such as dementia. Besides, when you are daydreaming, you will have more positive thoughts to keep you in high spirits, so that you will always be healthy in long term. Second, it improves your productivity. According to a study in Journal Psychological Science, due to daydreaming, people will have more active brain, visualizing things. It enhances their working memory, which enables them to multitask. So, compared with others, those who daydream a lot can deal with more tasks at the same time. Third, it helps you achieve your goal. Take me, for example. When I was preparing for the entrance exam in high school, overwhelmed by the heavy burden of studies, I always daydreamed that if I attended to Cheng Kung University successfully, I might fall in love with students from NCKU. He might be so intelligent that he can always assist me to deal with the problems that I face. We can study together, participate in some meaningful activities, and create our love story. So, to meet my intelligent Prince Charming, I study day and night and work harder than ever before. And now, as you can see, I'm a student of Cheng Kung University. It is my daydream that motivates me to fight for my ideal college. Last but not least, I would like to share with you a real case showing that daydreaming can also be the mother of invention. There's a group of scientists. Some of them would like to fly to the affectionate embrace of azure sky. Still others are eager to visit a well-known resort around the world. And the others would like to cheer out for the favorite players at the exciting games. To experience all their fantasy, they finally invent virtual reality devices. It enables people to explore all the new world and get into the games. Because of their daydream, they not only make a lot of money, but also make huge differences to our society. In conclusion, realizing the power of daydreaming, next time when you face something frustrating, just free yourself from the reality. Let daydream redirect your mind to a more positive thought. Let daydream take you for a joyride along with increasing productivity. Most important of all, never stop daydreaming. And one day you may realize your dream. Thank you.
The Chopra girl are here to rule the world.
Okay. Buenas noches, everyone. I bet no one in the sea have never heard of Mickey Mouse. But do you know the story behind it? Today we are going to present a relaxing and interesting topic, and it is called Mickey on the Way. I'm Penny Ye.
And I'm Debbie Huang.
Dumbledore with a purple beard
And the high-pitched opera girl
are here to rule the world again! Okay.
So when talking about Mickey Mouse, the first person that popped up in our mind might be this person, Walt Disney. But before Disney had become this enormous media kingdom, it had suffered a very frustrating time. And it all started with this rabbit, Oswald.
In 1927, Disney and his team created first character, and this is Oswald, the lucky rabbit. And the rabbit created a great fate at that time. However, things didn't go so smooth. Disney's co-worker stole the right of Oswald and took all of the employees away. And Walt Disney had no choice but only to leave. And after leaving, Disney didn't stay in frustration. He shortened the ear of the rabbit and put the puddles in the middle. And and here comes Mickey.
And the first time that Mickey ever appeared in the public is in Steamboat Willie. And as you can see, that it is the first video with synchronized voice and with the sound effects. And you can see that Minnie appeared at the very first.
Okay, since Steamboat Willie is the first video that Disney public, Pan Crazy is the first video that Disney's made. And you can see that Mickey's appearance is quite different from now. He has sharp nose and long tail. And in Opera House, the first white glove first exists to distinguish his hand from his body. And all of the above, those videos, the characters don't talk. So when does the character start to talk?
Before we talk about when did the character started to talk, I would like you to guess, what is Mickey's first word? A, oh, Minnie. Or B, hot dog, hot dog. Or C, a piece of lyrics. The people who think it's A, please raise your hand. And the person who thinks it's B. The person who thinks it's C. Okay, so the answer is B. And that's the very first time that Mickey had ever say a word.
Okay, and in a band concert, this is the first time Mickey is on color. You can see it's quite colorful. And in the pointer, Mickey's appearance is quite familiar from the Mickey we see now.
And for Fantasia, it is a very well-known animation, and it is the first film with stereophonic sound, and it had Mickey as the main character.
Okay, so Mickey's so famous that Disney created 12 videos a year just for Mickey Mouse. And in those videos, Mickey became a football player, a traveler, a treasure hunter, and also created a Mickey House Club, and it's a variety show.
And so Mickey had this semi-retirement after the release of Bambi and Sleeping Beauty, and it claimed that it had 98% of awareness of the children between the age of 3 to 11. And in 2006, it became 3D for the very first time. So if there was not the stealing of Oswald, we might not see Mickey appear in the public. What's more, we might not see all these adorable and cute characters from Disney. So there's always more beyond what we see, right? This is the end for our presentation. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Katie. Today I would like to share some information about how Google knows if you are a robot or not. Have you ever been surfing the internet while you come across with one of these boxes and says, I'm not a robot? And you quickly check the box and go on your way. But how does Google know if you are a robot or not? And why does it matter? Well, to answer that, we have to start with this, and this, and this, and this. These are called CAPTCHA. CAPTCHA is about completely automatic public Turing test to tell computers and humans apart. Computers and humans is the key words. They were invented by Louis Bond in 2003. This distorted test is to stop spam on the internet, to prevent the scalpers from buying the tickets in a fraction of seconds. This distorted text works because humans can read this word, but the robots can't. So, wait. The picture show the words is about reCAPTCHA, not CAPTCHA. What's the difference between them? As the time result, millions of reCAPTCHA are solved every single day. So it makes Louis Vuitton start to think, can we do something more useful with all this brain power? The answer is yes. They finally came up with this new idea. It's about reCAPTCHA. The idea is to let the whole world internet users not only protect websites from robots, but also they can assist it in digitalizations of book. That's the difference between reCAPTCHAs and the CAPTCHAs. What it did is to send the words that the computer is hard to understand. They will send to the reCAPTCHA database. And when enough people answer the questions and they wrote the same answer, those words will be confirmed and sent to the ebook database. So, stop spam, read books is the slogan of the reCAPTCHAs. There's almost 100 millions of reCAPTCHA was solved every single day. Equivalent 2.5 millions of books were solved every year. Google found it. Google said, why not acquire reCAPTCHA? So they did it in 2009. They sent several street numbers to every internet users to help level with Google Maps. So everything goes well. You think that? Not at all. There's a lot of problems happening in reCAPTCHA. As the technology becoming better and better, there's more robots can solve the questions easily. So engineers start to think, why not make it harder to solve? They make it difficult. More difficult. And more difficult. Oh, but the robot can still solve the questions. So Google do some research about it. They found out there is only 33% of humans can solve the reCAPTCHAs. But there is about 99% of robots who can solve the questions. What the? So Google decided to change the form of the reCAPTCHA. They finally came up with this. That is called no CAPTCHA reCAPTCHA. What the? They will send several informations while you click the box, including your ID address, your country, your timestamp, even the way you move your cursor. That's terrible, right? So finally, Google can tell the difference between you and the robots. But sometimes they have difficulty dealing with this. So Google will ask more questions. I guess most of people have been seeing it. What is the correct answer? Can anybody answer me? I don't know either. So after getting such more information today, I guess most of you guys will know how to face these questions. Next time, when you come across with one of these bugs, you will know I'm not a robot. I'm Katie Chang. Thank you.
The next segment will be voting, and we will give you around 1 minute to think about who you're going to vote after you have taken in so much information.
好，那接下来的环节呢，就是要让大家来投票喽。那我知道大家刚才有看了很多个很棒的演说，那我们会给大家大概1分钟的时间来思考一下要投给谁。那等一下我们会分区进行投票。
In the meanwhile, we would like to remind everyone that this venue does not allow drink or food, so please refrain from putting things into your mouth.
这一间教室呢是禁止饮食的，所以麻烦大家不要放任何东西在你的嘴巴里面。
Okay, time's up. And due to very large crowd, we will divide the audience into 3 sections according to the seating arrangement, so that it won't be too chaotic. So may the people in the first section please approach the board to cast your votes.
好，那在你们右手边的这个区块的观众，你们可以现在上来投票喽。然后要记得按照顺序哦。
上中下，好右。上到下，上到下。
请从上到下投票，谢谢大家。
没关系，那就给我好了，谢谢啊，拜拜。
好，那我们现在有请中间的这个 section 的观众们到上面台上来投票。